Hello everyone, I am AtheistAnime and welcome to a brand new series on this channel where I'm going to be going through almost the entirety of the Bleach anime, reviewing every episode one by one until we're done. And I'm just going to lay down, in the beginning of this episode, I'm just going to lay down basically how I'm going to set this up. Basically, once a week there'll be an episode of this coming out with me reviewing at least, which means I could do more, one episode of the anime. Now, for example, this would mean that, for example, say 2 episodes which pretty much are just split apart for time purposes, they couldn't get everything into one episode. I'll review both episodes at the same time, just to save me time in, doing this series. I'm also not going to be doing any of the filler episodes, aside from, say, some of the one-offs, if I feel like it. But some of the filler arcs, like the Bount arc and the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc, those will not be done. The Shusuke Armagai arc, those will not be done because there's already enough of an anime to give me plenty of content to do this series on. So, now all that rambling's done, let's start with the first episode, episode 1. The Day I Became a Shinigami, I believe that's what the episode is called. One sec, let me just check. Yeah, The Day I Became a Shinigami. And the episode starts on like a desolate plain in what will... I won't say actually, I'll try and leave spoilers to a minimum. And a monologue begins by a young girl who just talks about how we're always scared and we're always wondered by the things that we don't understand. And then she says that she sensed a strong spiritual energy. We then cut to Ichigo Kurosaki as he's defending a spirit from some thugs who have knocked over some flowers that he left for that spirit. And get a bit of a funny moment of him beating the crap out of them and just going, "Oh, if you ever come back here, the flowers will be for you this time." And it's a bit of a funny scene. And he just says, "Oh, I'll bring back some flowers for you, spirit, and tomorrow." And then he goes back home. This is when he introduces himself as Ichigo Kurosaki. Don't know why he is. He's just in his head. He's saying, "I'm Ichigo Kurosaki. I'm a high school student, and I can see ghosts." There's no reason for him to be talking in his head. I know why they did it because it's an easy way to do it. They could, just put it into dialogue or just give it to when he's actually introducing himself to a character he's never met before, which he does do, but we'll get to that later. So he comes home, we get introduced to his family, and here's how the family rundown is. The dad's a retard, his eldest sister is an asshole, and the youngest sister has taken the role of the mother and is doing all the chores. Clearly the greatest household ever. We cut to the next day, where Ichigo is walking to set flowers down and discovers that the spirit isn't there anymore. So then he hears the shout of some kind of monster or beast in the distance and runs towards it. And this leads him to the more urban parts of the city that he's in, Karakura town. We don't learn what that is called yet, but hey, it's just the name of the town. And this is where he encounters his first Hollow, who's chasing this spirit. And this is where he also encounters the girl who was giving this monologue at the beginning of the episode. The girl handily and very easily kills the Hollow with her sword. Very quickly, just a single slash across the face, then a single slash down, killing it, causing it to disintegrate into particles. Ichigo's like, "Holy fuck, what the hell?" The girl just looks at him, doesn't even acknowledge his existence, and then just leaves. And Ichigo's just sitting there like I said, "What the fuck just happened? Okay, ghost, you just keep going." And Ichigo then returns home. And as he's just laying in bed like, "Holy fuck, what was that? Who was that girl?" The girl just walks into his room through the wall. An ability I'm sure will come very in handy for her and other characters like her in the future of the series. If you can't tell, I'm being incredibly sarcastic. Anyway, the girl starts talking to herself about, this spiritual energy, where is it coming from, where is it? And then Ichigo kicks her in the back, causing her to be completely bewildered because, as we find out, normal humans can't see her. So then Ichigo asks her who the hell she is, and she goes, "Okay, I'll tell you." Don't know why. She could have just gone, screw you. You can see me. Doesn't matter. I'll leave. So I guess it's because he can see her. She's like, okay, this could be a special case. Okay, I'll tell him who I am and all about Soul Society. So she explains that first she's a Soul Reaper, and their job is to send souls to the Soul Society for a process called Conso, where they tap the hilt of the butt of their sword against a spirit's head, sending them to Soul Society. And when she does this to a soul that was inhabiting Ichigo's house, and it paints the Soul Society. It's kind of like a heaven, pretty much the heaven of this universe. She then goes on to explain what hollows are, that they're these dark spirits who feed on the good spirits who are called holes, and they kind of don't know why. So kind of like an Attack on Titan scenario, where like they eat these souls, but they don't know why. But we learn pretty quickly why. They find them tasty, and it's kind of like, I guess, an energy source for them. But it's basically just food. And Ichigo's just like, yeah, this all makes sense. It's perfectly believable. Along with, and he just flips out and goes, none of it's believable. You don't need to believe this. And of course, you kind of got a question. Surely you would. She's right there. She's just experienced. You saw her earlier killing a hollow, which I think that was all special effects and all set up. But Ichigo pisses off this girl, and she performs a Kido spell, specifically Bakudo number 1. I can't quite get the pronunciation of it. I think it's like so or something. She says it quite quickly, and I've never been able to get it. And I do pride myself on the knowledge of the Kidos in the series. Don't get it. And don't expect me to be an expert on them. I haven't watched the series in a while, and yeah, just I have watched the series in whole before. I'm just recapping it for you guys because I did want to watch it. It gives me a reason to. But this like binds Ichigo's arms behind his back and causes him to fall to the ground. And Rukia is when he actually explains the holes and hollows with some pretty crappy drawings. Ichigo goes, those drawings are shit, and Rukia then draws a mustache on his face. Yeah, no funny moment. Then we hear Ichigo keeps going about, can you not hear that? Can you not feel that this energy coming? I think there's a hollow outside. Rukia's just thinking to herself, and then she hears the hollow, and she's like, holy fuck, how did I not notice this sooner? Goes from outside, goes like immense spiritual pressure. It's like, I've never felt anything like this before. As one of Ichigo's sisters is like, oh fuck, Ichigo, help us. Rukia, no, sorry, I said her name. The girl runs downstairs and sees the hollow picking up Ichigo's other sister, Karin. And Ichigo's able to, surprisingly, come down the stairs and even get up, which, again, for a normal human, should be impossible. As the girl does mention, she's like, the Soul Reaper, a bit more specific. We know what she is now. The Soul Reaper goes, you don't try to break out of the Kido. You'll just hurt your own spirit. Which is like, wait, what? How do you hurt a spirit? Anime, fine. And he breaks out of it. He's like, whoa, and he breaks out of it basically. And this Soul Reaper's like, oh fuck, this guy's pretty badass to be able to break out of a level 1 Bakudo. There's 99 levels of this shit, and he broke out of level 1. She's like, oh shit, yeah. You'll learn very quickly. It's not exactly the most impressive thing in the world. But continuing on, Ichigo decides, hey, I'm going to grab a chair and try to defeat this giant monster with it. It's like, great plan. It's the best plan. And he just gets punched straight in the stomach, surviving, quite surprisingly. So then the Soul Reaper attempts to attack the hollow. Like, Ichigo's like, oh shit, this is all my fault. The Soul Reaper explains it's because of your spiritual energy only just recently becoming apparent. These hollows are now attacking you and your family. So Ichigo's like, oh, I'm gonna give him my soul and that'll get him to go away, right? So Hollow goes to attack Ichigo, and the Soul Reaper jumps in front, gets her shoulder, like she gets quite a nasty bite on the shoulder, but it's able to block the attack with her sword. But she's now critically injured, which, as all I know in the series, is bullshit. But I'll get to that when we get to that. So she's just like, oh, you fucking moron. Just because even if you give him your soul, he's not going to go away for long. So if you want to, we're going to have to kill him. And the only way we're going to do this is if I give you my powers. You're going to have to become a Soul Reaper, Ichigo. Oh, by the way, my name's Rukia Kuchiki. Okay, stab me with that sword. I'm Ichigo Kurosaki. He gets stabbed, and he pretty much instantaneously like, oh fuck, the Hollow's arm's gone. Ichigo's like, I'm gonna fucking murder you. Then cuts his leg off, and then just slashes straight down, cutting him in half, disintegrating him. We also learn that he's somehow taken almost all of Rukia's powers, and Rukia only went to give him half. And and we get to the end of the episode where it's just a little like Ichigo, 15, hair color, eye color, brown, hair color, orange, occupation, high school student, and Soul Reaper. And roll credits, and of course next time, and the whole next time thing is obligatory of any shonen anime. And that's the end of the episode. Good introductory episode, I would say. Let's introduce basically the basic concept of the universe, and get the feeling that this isn't the last we're going to see of Rukia, and this isn't going to be the last time we see Ichigo fighting Hollows. Of course, kind of the whole point of the series. But yeah, I've been AtheistAnime, and that's been my review of Bleach Episode 1. I'll see you next week with Episode 2. Goodbye.